Hi Gemini, today we're going to look at July 24th, 2025, and that's the new moon in Leo. We're going to look at Gemini, sun, moon, and rising with specific messages for each. We'll look at numerology, astrology, and the tarot cards, and we'll end the reading with advice for your sign. And in the description box below, I'll have links for meditations for each of these tarot cards that I drew for you today. And if you feel seen, subscribe. And stay tuned for your next moon reading. Tell me what messages hit home for you today, and let's talk about it in the comments. I love my subscribers. Love, love, love. And I always am interested in what you have to say. So let's start with numerology. And the number for that day is 22, and that's a master number. It's a builder number, and it's all about long-term vision, strategic foundations, and turning dreams into reality. So for Gemini, this is a rare numerological alignment that empowers you to create structure from your ideas, big or small, and commit to growth with conviction. So you might feel the call to start building something tangible, like finally launching your blog, organizing your finances, or signing up for a class that lays the groundwork for a bigger dream. Even cleaning out your workspace or planning your next quarter could feel unusually satisfying today. Let's talk about astrology. So the new moon in Leo lights up your third house of communication, ideas, and siblings. This is a mentally invigorating day for Geminis who already thrive in the realm of ideas. So this moon challenges you to speak with heart, not just intellect. So we're going to start with the sun and the moon who are together in Leo, your third house. So it's a powerful opportunity to set intentions around how you express yourself, teach, and connect with the local world. So you might feel called to pitch a big idea at work, or launch your podcast, or reconnect with a sibling through a heart-to-heart conversation. Mercury is in Virgo. That's your fourth house. So your thoughts are turning inward. You're focused on home, privacy, and maybe family history. This could be a good day to have important conversations with loved ones or organize your living space. So you might find yourself drafting an email to set boundaries with a relative, or planning a home renovation project with meticulous detail. Venus is in Leo, again, your third house, and you're craving more meaningful, fun, and bold communication. You might express affection more flamboyantly or enjoy playful banter with someone you're attracted to. Flirt, flirt, flirt. You surprise your partner or friend with a handwritten love note or a cheeky text that says exactly what's on your mind. Fun. Okay, Mars is in Gemini, your first house. And your drive is razor sharp right now, but be mindful of impulsive moves or getting defensive in conversations. Let your passion lead, but don't bulldoze. So you might suddenly take charge of a group project, but make sure you're listening as much as you're directing. All right, tarot. First tarot card I pulled for you was the King of Wands. Adorable. The King of Wands talks about leadership and vision and courage, and the King of Wands is fiery, focused, and fearless. He knows what he wants and isn't afraid to inspire others to follow. So this card signals that you're ready to step into a leadership role, especially in a creative or entrepreneurial endeavor. So you might feel ready to pitch a bold idea at work, take over as a team lead, or even finally commit to that business you've been dreaming about. Today you feel magnetic and persuasive. People are watching and they're impressed. Ooh. So here's your advice. Let your charisma shine, but lead with integrity. Step into your power and claim your space without steamrolling others. All right. Then we have the Hermit. And the Hermit is about introspection and solitude and inner wisdom. So the Hermit calls you inward for reflection. While you're feeling inspired externally, something within you is urging you to pause and align your actions with your deeper truths. So you might take time today to journal your long-term vision, pull back from the noise, or spend part of your day alone to check in with your soul before making big decisions. Here's your advice. Trust your inner guidance. Not all power is loud. Some of the most potent wisdom comes from silence. And hello, Five of Wands. This talks about tension and competition and growth through conflict. So this card signals inner and outer conflict, but it's not necessarily destructive. It can be the fire that sharpens your will. There might be a clash of egos or ideas or creative visions, especially if you're stepping up as a leader. So you may experience tension in a group setting. Perhaps your bold ideas spark debate in a meeting, or you find yourself disagreeing with a friend about values or direction. So here's your advice. Don't back down, but do listen. This energy is productive if you use it as a sharpening stone instead of a sword. Nice. So, how is this day going to affect Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising? So Gemini, Sun, your identity is lit up by ambition and a fiery drive. You may feel a strong need to take the reins and lead, but the Hermit reminds you to slow down and reflect. You may be praised for your initiative at work, but then realize you're craving quiet time to recharge and think through the next steps carefully. Gemini, Moon. Emotionally, you're pulled between wanting connection and needing space. You might be more sensitive to competition or chaos, but the day asks you to find your emotional footings through introspection. Okay, so you could have a heated conversation with someone close, but later feel the urge to retreat and emotionally process what it really meant. Gemini, Rising. You're coming across as confident, commanding, and maybe a little intense today, but your public-facing self might be at odds with your inner world. Balance is key. So you make a big impression during a meeting or interview, but later reflect that you may have overshared or pushed too hard. So here's a summary for what this day means to Gemini. On July 24th, 2025, it calls you to step into bold leadership, but also carve out time to listen to your inner voice. The astrology highlights the power of expression, while the tarot cards say move with courage, but not without clarity. So the King of Wands urges you to lead with vision. The Hermit asks you to make space for deep, solitary insight. And the Five of Wands shows that conflict can bring clarity if you're willing to listen as much as you assert. So here's your real life takeaway. Be bold, but thoughtful. Speak your truth, but also listen. Embrace challenges. They're shaping you into who you're meant to be. Here's the advice for Gemini on this day. Balance your external fire with internal wisdom. Be the visionary who listens. The world needs your ideas, but your soul needs your attention just as much. Thank you, Gemini, and I hope to see you in another reading. But this moon challenges you to speak your heart. No, but kind of, wait. Do flirt, flirt, flirt. You're surprised. Nope. Try again. Steamrolling out. Yeah. Step in your if you're willing to listen as much to